There it is. So I am just going to go ahead and call the February 15th meeting of the Arts Commission to order. We start with a roll call, and just a reminder, because of COVID, with the roll call, I need to hear your name and what city you're in. So let's start with, I'm going to do this by window. Denise Reski.
Denise Reski, Royal Oak.
Pat Perush.
Pat Perush in Royal Oak.
Laura Bonnell.
Laura Bonnell, Royal Oak.
I said Bonnell, I'll do that better.
That's okay.
Alicia, aka Ashley Weisslein.
Alicia Weisslein, Royal Oak.
Thank you. And Jody Ellison, also Royal Oak. At this point, we will open the floor to public comment. And I will ask Ms. Davids, do we have anyone who would like to address the commission this evening?
We do not have any attendees at this meeting. And
okay, perfect.
No
yes.
previous phone calls.
All right, awesome. Well, hearing no one there, then public comment is now closed. I will, there's a word. I'm looking for a motion for approval of the agenda for tonight's meeting.
I'll move approval.
Move, thank you. And that was Commissioner Perush, I believe. I need a second, please.
And Laura. Yep.
And Laura Bonnell. Yep. Okay, Ms. Bonnell. Is there any conversation, any discussion about the agenda? Seeing none, I will ask for a vote on the approval of the agenda, and that will also be by voice. Ms. Reski?
Yes.
Commissioner Perush?
Yeah.
Ms. Bonnell?
Yes.
Ms. Weisslein?
Yes.
And I also say yes. All right, then I would also, now I would love to hear a motion for the approval of the minutes for tonight's meeting. Anybody want to make that motion? Alicia, second? Do I see a second?
It was Pat. Yep.
Pat, thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none, I will call for a vote, please, on that motion. Let's go with Ms. Reski.
Yes.
Commissioner Perush.
Yeah.
Ms. Bonnell.
Yes.
Ms. Weisslein.
Yes.
And I am also a yes. Okay. Financial update. We're on number 6. Now, I haven't seen this approval invoice for Royal Oak today, so let me pop in that quickly. Has everybody seen that?
Yes, that was the charge that Jason said. It was $1,200, and we had not been talked to about it, and we did not approve it.
Okay. Has that gone through? Again, I haven't seen this. I'm just looking at it now.
Carol thought that Judy actually might be able to shed some light on that.
Yes, I think Judy explained it to me just before it happened, so I kind of have some background information. But of course, I didn't take any notes, and then I forgot about it. So I think Judy needs to explain what that was and how that all came about. And it relates to the mural and the centerfold that was in the Royal Oak magazine.
That's correct. So Royal Oak today did a centerfold of the mural, which obviously a lot of people see because City Hall is now open some days, and almost everybody that comes in says, "Oh, there's that mural I saw." So that's nice. But to do that required some funding, and I talked to Commissioner Perush beforehand. There was the cost for the lighting came in under budget. So I believe with that being under budget, it was about $600. And I don't know if you guys saw Royal Oak today, but there was like a full page ad for the Commission for the Arts. And they printed, I want to say either 500 or 1,000. It's a lot. Photo quality pictures of the mural that do not have like a crease in that aren't folded. So you guys can, if you guys do any events, you can pass them out. If you guys don't use them, we'll certainly pass them out at our centennial event in the fall. But I have a whole box of really, really nice photos of the mural, very, very high resolution. Does that make sense? Pat,
Yeah.
Commissioner Perush, did I miss anything?
It makes sense, but Jason was pretty adamant that the art commission didn't approve it and it wasn't supposed to come out of our budget. That was the only question.
What I would recommend at this point, well, any other conversation before I talk, please.
It came about after our last meeting, as I recall. So we haven't had an opportunity to deal with this new expense. So it's not as if there's anything improper. It's just that because we haven't improved this expense, we can't run it through the finance department.
Right, yeah.
Our budget is, we have the $25,000 extra money, which we were going to spend, and which we probably still will spend on art projects throughout the new city hall. So it's not as if we're running a deficit or pulling money out of the fund balance or anything like that.
Okay, so we
do need to technically approve this expense because the only expenses that we really approved were the actual mural itself and the installation of the mural and then the light.
Right, so we've been invoiced, but it's still pending in the finance department?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I guess what I will do at this point then, because I would love to have the full commission and I'd love to have, if Jason had comments on it, I'd like to hear his comments. But what I will do is entertain a motion to approve this. And then if anybody wants to potentially consider tabling it until next month, it's an inter-city invoice. So it's not going to be that we're not paying a vendor necessarily, but if we're comfortable as a body, putting the motion forward and voting on it tonight, then we can talk about it next month also. So I could entertain a motion to approve paying the 600 or 1,200, whatever the amount is, and we can get clarification on that. It said 12 on the invoice, but I'm not.
It's, sorry to interrupt you. It said 1,200 on the invoice, but you did not spend the $7,500 because the installation was like $500 cheaper.
Perfect. So it would be about a $700 charge then, as opposed to the 12, based on what we had already approved for the installation.
Correct.
The difference. Okay. So I would entertain a motion to pay the $1,200 invoice for the Royal Oak Today charge, if anyone would like to make that.
I'll make it.
Okay, do I see a second? Alicia? Okay, discussion. Any discussion? Seeing none, then let's take the vote. Ms. Reski?
Yes.
Commissioner Perush?
Yeah.
Ms. Bunnell?
Yes.
Ms. Beislein?
Yes.
Yes, and I'm also a yes. So I think that's a good call. And if there's anything else, anywhere else where we've got to do a little shifting or whatever, we've got it in the budget and we can do that. And then next time, hopefully, again, probably because it was an intercity thing, it just got, pushed aside, but we'll work on that next. Let me get back to the agenda. Apologies. Okay. So we are now at item, I believe 7. Let me verify. Okay, the art number 7, Artist Laureate Project Update, Mosaic Update, the lighting installation completed. And Ms. Davids, maybe you have some more to say about that, or Commissioner Perush?
I've seen it with the lighting and it's wonderful.
Beautiful.
It doesn't make it so much brighter in the hallway, but it makes those colors just pop. It really,
Beautiful.
really. So if you haven't had an opportunity to see it lately, now the city hall is open, you ought to pop in there someday when you're downtown and just take a look at it because it's really cool.
Yes,
And one of these days, go ahead, Judy, I'm sorry.
I'm going to say City Hall is open Tuesdays and Fridays from 8 a.m. till noon and Thursdays from noon to 4. And Commissioner Perush is right. The lighting is just perfect. It doesn't really throw off the lighting of the hallway at all. It just lights the mural in just a really lovely way. There is still one thing that needs to be done on the mural, and that is all the grout needs to be sealed. So I have to work with Lori Eisenhart to get installers back to seal the grout to protect it so it doesn't, I don't know, turn a different color. I'm not really sure why you seal the grout, but apparently that needs to be done. But other than that, it's done, and we've gotten like such really, really nice comments about it. Everyone really loves it, so that's
The
nice.
pictures are beautiful. I'm excited. Now, Judy, do you know, is there any extra charge for sealing the grout, or was that all part
No,
of the
that's
work that we
part of
already
it.
approved?
That's part of the work that
Yeah.
you've already approved.
Perfect. Okay. Even better. Love to hear
Mhm.
that. All right. Then let's go back to, we're at subcommittee and program reports. I'm not sure whether there's any, well, let's go down the line then. Public art. Does anybody have any updates on Art Explored, Artist Laureate, the piano project, or Sharing the Warmth? Perfect. Denise, do you have something on Sharing the Warmth?
Sharing the warmth. We've gotten so many donations. That article that was in, what's that?
Was it the
Royal Oak?
Daily Tribune? Was
No,
it Mike who did it, or
It wasn't
no.
the
What's
I
her
don't know.
name?
Crystal?
Laura?
Royal
Yes.
Oak? Oh,
Yeah, Crystal.
Crystal Proxmire, Oakland 115. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was contacted by a lot of people. A lot more people have joined the Facebook page. In fact, my car is, I rotate things out because of the weather and for COVID, but our supply is quite good right now.
That's exciting. That's
Yeah.
exciting. Yeah. I'm thrilled. I'm so glad. And I think this is a good winter for it too. I think that it really helps to keep that
Yeah.
project going for people.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have a question, Pat.
Yeah.
Maybe you know who's the new librarian? I guess I should reach out. I've been really involved with Emily, but Emily's gone now, right?
Yes, her last day was over the weekend. I think it was the
Oh,
5th.
okay.
Maybe it was Monday. So she is one of the assistant librarians is going to be the interim
Interim? Okay.
librarian, and I can't remember her name. She presented the annual report for the library at the last commission meeting. So if you look
Okay.
for commission meeting minutes, her name will be in there. And
Okay.
I can't remember it, but anyway, she's interim director, and then the board is going to do a search for a permanent director.
Okay. I just want to reach out and let her know. I'm sure she's aware of it. Obviously, she walks by it
Yeah.
every day.
Yeah, she's been on staff at the library for at least 4 or 5 years, so she's
Oh,
really
okay.
familiar with all the programs that go on there.
Okay, great.
And I have been, because of COVID, been sitting at home crocheting, had some scarves, and I have a stack. So I should just maybe save that stack for a while before taking them downtown.
Yeah, either way, I do go into the bin and clear it out. So if you want to
Okay.
drop it off the bin, but we don't need it right now. So if you want to hang on to it, that's fine too.
Okay, all right. Well, then next time I'm down there close to that time, if I think about it, I'll throw them in the bin. Otherwise, I'll just wait until a little bit more time goes by.
And you could be onto something there. I think because people are home knitting and crocheting, that's why we're getting more donations.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Yeah, if nothing else, we should have something good to start next year with too.
exactly.
Well, I don't know if we don't go through it all tomorrow and the next day with the weather
Yeah.
we're getting. It's like, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Well,
This is Judy. Sorry to interject myself into your meeting, but
That's fine. You're welcome to.
interim librarian is Adrienne Bresnow. And I just wanted to offer up, since the library is closed, we have like a really nice rail. Now we have a ramp that goes up to the east entrance to City Hall that might work for you guys if you have like a ton of stuff. Do you know? Are you thinking, like, if you look at the east porch that faces the court, there's a ramp that goes up along the side that has a rail all the way along it. I don't know, maybe I'm speaking out of school, maybe somebody else has to approve that, but I think it would look nice. So,
Yeah, I mean, is there someone we need to reach out to get an okay on that?
I can ask our city manager in the morning.
Okay, if you wouldn't mind and let us know, that'd be great.
Yeah, because probably with City Hall open, it's probably more visible than the library right now, especially with the farmer's market on Saturday. I see people, sometimes when I'm not there on Saturday, I see people like looking in the, coming up to the doors and like looking inside because they want to see what it looks like, so.
I don't have a cover for it, but we could still hang things nicely.
You don't have What does that mean? You don't have
Oh, a cover.
Usually I knit this really long thing that covers the railing. I don't have one of those that would fit that railing, obviously. So we would just hang them nicely from yarn.
Yeah, I'll ask tomorrow, but I can't see why there would be an objection to that.
Okay.
And if that is something that we decide we want to do, Denise, I also have a bunch of those plastic rings that we put up originally. I have a whole bunch of those that I got as excess the first year. So I would be obviously happy to get those to you. And if we want to do the zip tie or whatever.
Truthfully, right now, those aren't working so well. People are ripping them off.
Gotcha.
So now I'm
Gotcha.
just kind of hanging. I'm leaving the ones we still have and hanging it that way.
Perfect.
Because some
Perfect.
people are donating right to the railing. Like I'll go by and there'll be stuff I didn't hang and they'll just, but that's
Right.
good too. Fine.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was kind of a whole part of it was to let it take on a life of its own at some
Exactly.
point. So
And
I'm glad it has.
yeah. it has.
Anything else about the Sharing the Warmth or any of the other public art projects?
Mm-mm.
Anything? No. Okay, we're up to performance art, summer concert series. That's Jason. So if you're okay, we won't touch on that this month because I have no updates. Anything on Sculpture Garden? No? Okay. What about finance, community, and community engagement or celebration of the arts? All right, perfect. Nothing? All right, then let's move on to item 9, which is unfinished business. Any unfinished business that anybody thinks we should talk about tonight? Pat?
At the last meeting, we talked about having city staff identify some areas in the new city hall and maybe even the police station too, that would be acceptable for some art installations. And then we could go to the artist community in Royal Oak and see if we couldn't solicit some donations or pay for some artwork. I don't know if staff has had a chance to do that. With everything that's going on, it's not at the top of the priority list right now. But I don't know if Judy has heard about that or if she knows if anybody's been, scoping around looking for locations where we might put up some more art.
Yes, the second floor hallway is just a canvas, just dying for a mural, and we had talked about what to put there. The first floor is more limited as to what, there's not like a lot of wall space, but the second floor is screaming for something. The police station is a little different in that a lot of the interior walls are block. They're not drywall. I don't know. I don't think you couldn't really paint a mural on them without seeing like all the mortar lines. But I can definitely ask the chief about that. And then I'll also reach out to the senior center too.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Yeah. And then if somebody can get us like a list of how many you might be looking for, sizes, then we can also add that to maybe a call to artists or whatever we decide to do with this project. That would be awesome.
How about if I take pictures where artwork might go and then throw some dimensions on it and give it to you and you guys can get that out there?
That sounds fabulous.
Yeah,
Okay, I'll do that.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. Okay. Celebration of the arts, nothing. We're already on unfinished business. Any other unfinished business? Any new business? Anybody? Henry's here. Hi, Henry.
Yeah. Did we want to explore like the idea that we talked about last month with like maybe coming up with some sort of art project or challenge that we would put out to families or the city? We mentioned it a little bit last time, and I just didn't know if people wanted me to look into that further or if I should come up with like a plan and present it.
I think it's a great idea. And would you be willing to spearhead that? Okay, awesome. I think we're muted. I think because Henry's part of the meeting now. So Alicia, would it be easier? Would you be okay doing that yourself, or would you want to have a subcommittee, or how do you want to, what's easiest for you?
I mean, I could start by coming up with a plan, and then if people are interested in helping. Like I said, mentioned last time, I think I could come up with some good art ones, but maybe having someone who's more musically inclined or writing or something like that might come on board to help me as if the program progresses.
I think that's a great idea. And I don't think that's anything we need to vote on. If you're just going to bring ideas forward, it's not like we're forming a new subcommittee or anything. So any other discussion on that? Does anybody have questions or input? No. Okay. Awesome. Any other unfinished or new business? Anything anybody wants to talk about? This is like 20 minutes, y'all. Like,
Very efficient.
well, I tell you, it also helps that nothing's happened this last month. That's really good. Well, then, if there is no other business before the commission tonight, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Commissioner
Yeah, I
Perush,
can
is there a
second.
second? Thank
Oh,
you, Ms.
sure.
Bonnell. So all in favor, we'll take the voice vote. Ms. Reski,
Yes.
Commissioner Perush.
Yeah.
Ms. Bonnell,
Yes.
Ms. Weislein.
Yes.
And I'm a yes. So ladies, thank you. Great meeting. And I guess we'll see you. When is the next meeting? Let me verify that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sometime in March. It'll be, and I can't tell if I'm yelling because I have my headphones on. It'll be what, the second or third, it'll be the third Monday, I guess. But
I think it might be the 15th again, because March.
Generally March, yeah.
February.
That makes sense. Thank
And
you
we-
for
we
reminding me.
have a City commission meeting on the 15th, so.
You do have on the 15th? Okay. All right. Well, then I guess if the 15th doesn't work, I guess we'll be in discussion at some point. We'll be in talking about other options. At this point, I'm not sure exactly when the next meeting is, so we'll find out when we find out. All right. Well,
Okay.
I believe we are adjourned. Thank you so much. Have a
Thank
lovely
you.
evening.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Judy.
Good night, everybody. See you next month.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
Henry. Bye. Thanks, Judy.
You're welcome.
You were awesome. All right.